What ho, chappies and spiffs, it's Kaz and your boy George, and we are here showing you this drawing. This is the very beginning. It's me drawing me, basically. That's not what the picture is, but that's what is happening. And then George in the background. Kind of like a selfie-looking picture is what we're looking at. But anyway, this really has nothing to do with that. I just figured that the picture video was fitting because we're going to do kind of like a interview style, basically, where we're going to get questions and we're going to answer them. Both George and I will answer them. So you'll get how George would answer it and then how Kaz would answer it, even though we're technically the same person. And that's okay.
Shut up and sit down.
So, George, why don't you read out the first one?
Okay. If you had an anthem, like a theme song as you entered a room, what would it be? And I would say that mine would probably be Found by Ceramic. It makes me want to, like, bust into a room and be like, yes! So if you don't know that song, you should look it up. It is amazing, actually, really cool. Alright. Cool. I would say that mine would probably be Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine, because it kind of gives that sense of like you're running from something towards, and it changes to you're running towards something. Alright, so the next one is, what's one word you would use to describe yourself? I would say, for me, it would probably be Fruitalicious. Really? That's what you're gonna go with? Fruitalicious? Well, what's your word? I would say that my word would probably be intriguing. I mean, I am intriguing. You come in the room, you look at me, you're like, ooh, that's an interesting bloke. You know, you just feel drawn to find out more about me. It's probably because you're fake. You're a fake Brit in an American's body. No, it's because I have class, and you don't. And so when you just disappear and class comes out, it's like, whoa. I have my own class. Okay, you have some, but not as much as I do. Okay, we're moving on. Would you choose to go back to the future or the past? And, like, where would you go? Like, either in the future or the past? I would say that I would probably go to my death and see how that worked out. Not so that I could avoid it, but just so that I could see it coming, you know. It's like, oh, well, there it is. Okay. How about you? I would probably go to see my proposal. And I actually thought about this quite a bit. If it turned out that I didn't ever propose, and I never got married, and I lived a life of celibacy, then I would know. Also, if I did propose, I could judge myself harshly. I'm sure I'm gonna be like, you idiot, and then I'll end up doing the same thing. If you could take credit for inventing something that's already been made, what would it be? I would like to take credit for movies, those moving pictures. I would love to have taken credit for that, because then I would be the coolest / oldest person in the room. Okay, I would probably take credit for the typewriter, because I think that they're super cool and retro. Right, if you were changed into an animal right now, had to stay that way for 5 years, what would it be? I'm gonna go with a fox, but like a black fox, you know, one of the cool foxes, yeah. Alright, well, I would say I'd do an owl, like a white owl, because that'd be pretty interesting. Which one of your 5 senses would you give up and never get back? I'd have to say that it would be my sense of smell. That one's probably the easiest one to get rid of. I have a really good nose, and so that ruins a lot of things for me. Like, I can just sit in a room and smell something and be like, oh, this whole room stinks, and nobody knows. Nobody knows except me. So I would probably give up
touch. That way I could be a bad bum who's like out in the world and shooting up the bad guys, and like you shoot me in the arm, I don't feel anything, I just keep shooting, and like I move through, and like I get like a knife in the shoulder and knife in the leg, and I just keep walking towards you and I cut you down. And okay, George, calm down. All right. Okay, if you could have lunch with anybody who is dead or alive, who would it be? I would say Mark Twain. I do think that it would be very entertaining to see what he thought. And for that, I would also say someone who's dead. It would be Shakespeare. If you got to see how you died... No, that's not what it says. If you got to pick how you would die. Well, that's a bit of a morbid question. Okay, if I got to pick how I would die, I'd say probably with like one shot to the head. I would like it to be over and done with. Right, well, I would like a cannonball right to the face! I think that would be just, like, can you imagine in the afterlife, you'd just be like, hey, baby, you wanna know? I probably wouldn't say baby. I'd be like, hey, what's up? Did you know that I got my face blown off with a cannonball? What worries you most about the future? Ladies worry me most about the future, because then that means I will have to speak with them, and for me to speak with them, that means I have to be smart and think about what I'm going to say before it comes out of my mouth, and I can be totally just rude when I just spill the beans, you know. But yes, I would say that's probably the most fretful thing with the future. Okay, mine would be probably just I don't know. I don't worry about the future all that much. Maybe that I would work too hard to achieve something and never achieve it. That kind of scares me. All right, moving on. Are you holding on to something that you need to let go of? I'm not. You, George? No. I'm definitely not. No. I don't believe you, George. Just please, let's do another question. Okay, George. If you had a friend who spoke to you in the same way that you sometimes speak to yourself, how long would you allow that person to be your friend? Well, considering we speak to each other often and I am your friend, I would say that you've kept me around quite a while, like maybe 10 years it's been. Yeah, but first you were like British James, that's what your name was, and it kind of evolved. Look, I had that legally changed. British James was just too much. Well, it appears that we are coming to the end of the video. I mean, there's us, we're just zooming in on our faces and what have you. So I suppose this is it. That's all the questions, all the time for questions that we have. I will bid you good day. As will I. Stay classy. Oh yes, do that.